So I found this little spot on the Park for Night app, just looking for somewhere to come and pull up for the afternoon because Becky's at work, have a bit of lunch, walk the dog, and we've got this lovely lay-by that's just kind of in the middle of nowhere really. We spent the last 3 days on a campsite in Colchester and it's cost us £75, which to be honest with you is quite a lot of money just for some electricity and access to the toilets really. So once we've got the inverter in here and the bathroom, the toilet and everything's finished, I think we're going to look for more spots like this where we can stay rather than spending £25 every single night just to stay on a campsite. So I've had a few requests from you guys about wanting to see the van as it is at the moment and just kind of like go through some of the things that we're going to add to it and where we're kind of moving forward with it all. So I thought I'd take this opportunity just to kind of like show you around and then kind of just discuss what we're thinking about moving forward to try and get this van finished. I'm not going to go into too much detail at the moment though, but basically we decided to get a Peugeot Boxer. This is the L3H2, so it's not the longest or the highest one that they do. God, look at that cloud over there. Looks like it's about to tip it down with rain. Before we went away though, one of the last things that I did is I put mud guards on all of the wheels, all 4 of them, because apparently it's really important to have these to prevent any stones, dirt, grit from the roads, anything like that, kind of like getting flung up underneath and scratching and damaging the underside of the van. I think they're going to be well worth it and hopefully prevent any problems down the line, I suppose. As for the rest of the van, the only external modifications I've done is I've added a window to the rear quarter on both sides, and then I put a reversing camera up there, and then we've got a roof rack at the top. This bit overhanging though, I think I'm going to take that off because I think that's just there for when you like slide wooden materials up there, because this used to be not a builder's van, I think it was like a carpenter's van or something. So this is where we get into the back of the van, and then immediately on the right hand side we've got our fridge slash hob pull out, and this is actually really good. It's so functional. That just pulls out there, and then we've got our induction hob kind of on the top. And then this over here is going to be our main cupboard. We've got our towels drying at the moment, but if I move that out of the way, we're going to have a cupboard here, and then we're going to have the sink on the top. So I need to get a sink and install that, so then I can finish off building this cupboard with the shelf and everything. And I think we're going to store our crockery, cutlery and pots and pans and everything in there. That's the plan anyway. And then that's also our diesel heater, which does the air and the water. It's not plumbed in yet, so at the moment it just does the air. The last 5 nights we stayed in here, this heater has just been absolutely amazing. It's just keeping the van really nice and toasty and warm. So this is going to be our bathroom anyway, in there. Haven't got around to doing anything with it yet, and at the moment it's just kind of like a storage area. But we went for a 900 by 700 space, mainly because that's kind of like the smallest size shower tray you can get. Well, not the smallest you can get, but 700 is kind of the smallest width you can get, and 900 just worked quite well with everything else fitting in. So we're going to get a standard shower tray in there, and then kind of like do all the walls and plumb it all in. And then we'll have the toilet in there as well, which I think is going to be on the right hand side, just kind of in there. And I'm just going to just fit that straight to the shower tray, I think. Also, we need somewhere to put all of these bits and pieces, so like food and washing up liquid and all that kind of stuff. But I was thinking of maybe building some shelves or a cabinet above the sink area to put food in, and I don't know, just bits and pieces really. We've also got this area above the cab, and at the moment we've got shopping bags in there and we put coats in there and stuff, but we can make use of that perhaps with just additional food, or I don't really know what else. So the next job we're going to do, providing it arrives, is we're going to fit a swivel base for our front passenger seat. We did think about perhaps going down to 2 single seats and getting some more comfortable seats. We have decided though that we're going to keep the seats, and we're going to keep the double seat as well, rather than getting a single one, and just fix a swivel base to the double seat. If we just had the one, then I don't know where Digby would go, because he likes to kind of sit up there with us. And then also with Joss as well, it just kind of makes more sense to keep the 3 seats in the front rather than going down to 2. So yeah, we're going to fit a swivel seat for the double, so that will spin round, and then we'll have somewhere to sit and eat dinner and do work and all that kind of stuff. Another thing that we toed and froed about quite a lot for a number of weeks was whether or not we were going to have a skylight in the roof or like a roof fan or anything. We decided not to do it. Mainly it was because we didn't want to impede on the roof rack too much, because we're going to want to have solar panels up there eventually. And also those electric fans, I can just see them getting really dusty and dirty and being really difficult to clean. So I didn't really want to have to deal with that either. So what we decided to do instead is we actually installed one of these Flettner roof ventilator things, and basically what it does is when you're driving along or it's really windy, so it's like wind powered, there's kind of like a little thing on the roof that like spins around, and then that spinning creates kind of like a suction, and it supposedly sucks all the air outside of the van. So apart from the Flettner, ventilation wise, we're going to get a sliding window fitted onto the sliding door, and also that should bring in quite a lot of light into the van as well, because when this is shut, it's quite dark in here and a bit gloomy. So I think with a big window there and then the slider, that will help with ventilation. So that's the front half of the van anyway. And then moving to the back of the van, this is pretty much dedicated to sleeping really. It was really important to us to have a fixed bed, because in the last van we had to keep taking our bed out and putting it away, and it was just a bit of a palaver really. We didn't really like it, and yeah, we just really wanted to have a fixed bed. So we've got a full-size double bed in the back, and then that leaves us around about 300 millimeters or about a foot of extra space to the side, which at the moment we've just got kind of like clothes and everything kind of dumped over there. But what we're thinking of doing is putting up some shelves here and maybe getting some of those like storage basket things to put our clothes into, so then we don't have to live out of suitcases and bags for the whole trip, and we can just kind of like put things away and it has a home. And also it feels quite cluttered at the moment, just with kind of bags and stuff just kind of strewn everywhere. So this is one of the windows at the back, and Digby has had his bed down there overnight and he loves looking out the window, so this has actually worked out really well for him. We got these curtains as well, second hand on eBay, and I think they came off a canal boat, but they're the only curtains I could find in the world that were short enough to fit the windows without having to cut them, because I didn't really want to cut down curtains. Another thing that we need to do is we need to figure out a step so we can get up into the bed. I've got a toolbox pulled out at the moment, which helps, but yeah, we need to figure out some sort of ladder or step or something. I was thinking of maybe having a pole that we could push into the shower wall and then like pull out again, and have that as kind of like a slide away ladder step. And then that brings us to underneath our bed, and I think I'm going to go around the back of the van and open the back doors, because it's just going to be really hard to kind of see what's going on from this side. So underneath our bed at the moment is full up with tools. I decided to bring everything with me for the first trip in case anything went wrong. Luckily though, nothing's gone wrong, so I haven't needed any of it. But this is going to be Joss's bedroom. So when we were originally getting the van, we were trying to think about how we were going to make room for us and Joss as well. So we were looking at high roof vans or longer vans and just trying to figure out how to make it work. But we think this is going to be the best solution. Well, it has to be the best solution because we've done it now. But this space here is exactly 3 feet wide, which is a standard width of a standard single mattress. But you can't have a standard single mattress anyway, because we've got one of the ducting pipes for the heater just over to the right hand side of the shower wall down the end. You can't really see it, but if you had a single mattress there, it would just block the heater and then it just kind of would render it pointless. But luckily though, you can get a small single which is 2'6", I think, so 2.5 feet wide, which will give him about 6 inches gap, so the heating will still work and it will still have kind of a bed there and everything. Above the wheel arch on the right, which I've boxed in, that's where we have all of our electrical system. It's not finished, I've still got solar panel stuff to do as and when we get round to doing that, and just kind of like tidying things up and finishing all of that. And then over on the other side we have our water tank in here. So I didn't really want to have the water tank underneath the van because you get problems with water freezing, and I just think it was just a bit of a pain to have it under the van. So I decided to try and get it inside the van. And I also didn't want to get a small water tank because I don't want to be constantly filling up with water every day or every 2 days, because that would just be really annoying. So I decided to get a 190 litre water tank, which is this one over here. I've built it into the framework of the bed. The only thing I was concerned about is the weight distribution in the back. So if we've got 190 litres of water plus the weight of the tank and this extra stud work and everything, that's probably about 1/4 of a ton of weight just on one side of the van. Plus we've got the fridge and everything on that side, and we've got our mattress on that side. I think it'll be fine though. One of the benefits of getting a shorter van is that you can carry more weight. But yeah, we've got water tank, Joss's bedroom, all the electrics, and then our bed on top. Oh, hello. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Another thing that I love about this design as well is that when you're on a nice hot sunny day that is not today, then you can have the back doors wide open. You can just lay in the bed, Joss can lay in his bed, you can like have a look at the view, park next to the beach or something, and just like enjoy life, I suppose. But that, guys, is pretty much a tour of the van as it is at the moment and what we're kind of thinking about doing moving forward. So swivel seat for the chairs, more storage for food, pots and pans, things like that, and then obviously sorting out the shower, window on the side. If you have any suggestions for things that perhaps we've missed, like some hooks or I don't know, some hammocks or baskets or something, then please let us know. Also, if there's anything that you might have in your van that's really useful, then make sure you let us know in the comment section below. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, have a safe drive, stay alive, have a lovely day, try not to spill anything, and we'll see you next time.